Do you guys find it weird how it is actually one of the hardest things leaving survival mode is to overcome the desire to put other people's comfort over our own? For me, I even went as far as putting justice for other people over my own. So here as an example, I'm in a position where I have every right to ask for a partial refund because I have to relocate, right? The toilet here is not working. It's no one's fault. It just is what it is. And I have every right? But instantly, my heart goes, oh man, that's going to really suck for the homeowner, right? Now they have to pay for it to be fixed, and I'm going to ask for a refund, and I'm going to leave early, and they're probably not going to be able to rent it out for a while until it's fixed, and blah, blah, blah. Instantly, that's where I go. I'm worried about them. But if I put them first, no one's giving me justice. No one's honoring what I deserve, what is actually okay for me to ask for. So this comes down to learning to love yourself. And it's not that you love yourself so much more than other people that you just become a giant a-hole. Don't do that. Respectful and kindness matters. Anyways, kindness, not nice. Kindness, meaning don't do it unless you actually genuinely want to do it, okay? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, this has been a hard thing for me specifically to learn. And I can tell that the universe put me in this situation just so I had an opportunity to practice this sort of self-care and self-love and self-validation. And it's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. This is freaking hard for me. I don't want to feel like a bad person. And because as a child, I was programmed, and it was a program, I was programmed to be responsible for the emotional well-being of my parents, my stepfather and my mother, and my father. Because, yeah. And I was also ended up finding myself in situations where my friends also held me accountable for their emotional well-being. Even though they did like my intuitive skills, right? Like if we walked into a bar or a club or something when we were older and I said, no, this place has got a bad vibe, we gotta go. They always trusted me, but it didn't change the fact that they used me to make themselves feel better. And I always let it happen. So here I am, 42 years old, and I'm finally learning that it doesn't make me a bad person to honor myself and advocate for myself and to speak up and say, hey, this has cost me a lot of different crap. You know, I've had to drive to the store 2-3 times a day so we can use the bathroom. We've been bathing at the public pool. Yeah, like this shit's made my life a little bit challenging. And I have to leave early. I'm fully I mean, I would, if I was the person who was renting out the house, I would offer the refund. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like I'm asking for more than what I deserve. I'm asking for it to be fair. Yet, it's not an easy thing. I'm literally going to have to force myself to do this. Force myself to be assertive, respectfully, and with kindness, but assertive, in order to make sure that I, at the end of the day, don't feel like shit just happened to me. We give away our power in these situations. When shit like this happens, excuse my language, but when shit like this happens, we often before you have an awakening or before you have a spiritual journey or a self-awareness or, you know, however you want to phrase that, you often will say, oh, life just gives me shit, you know, things go good, you just expect shit. That's you giving away your power. Because by being open to asking and stepping into that place of uncomfort, tension that you feel in your chest and your heart, like, oh, I don't want to do this, but I know I need to. It's going to help you grow and become more confident. It's going to build your self-esteem. It's also a way for you to love yourself. This is important. This is you being that person you needed your whole life to be like, hey man, I got your back. you don't feel like someone's hearing you? That's okay. I got you. I'm going to step up and I'll be your voice. Or, hey, don't worry, I got you. I'll send that email you don't want to send. We have to do that for ourselves. We have to do that for the parts of us that are afraid. You know, our child parts, our teenager parts, our young adult parts. In my case, even the young mother parts in an abusive relationship where she was made to believe that it was actually her responsibility to make everybody happy. All of those parts need the version of you now to have their back, to love them, to support them, to be the voice that they didn't have before. You are literally your own hero. So when situations like mine occur, maybe not exactly like mine, but you know what I mean, similar situations where you know you're going to have to get uncomfortable and self-advocate and honor yourself and basically claim your own justice, take the time you need to let that uncomfort, settle, so you may become a little bit less tense with it, and then just do it. Do the thing. Do the uncomfortable thing that you know you need to do for yourself. And that is where the real growth is going to start to happen. I'm not kidding. Every time I do something like this, the universe always rewards me. And the synchronicities, the abundance, it's always mind-blowing. But it reminds me every time to not give up on myself, to keep having that faith in myself, trust my intuition, trust my gut, trust source, trust my guides, my spirit team. And I have to say, I am extremely grateful. Like, the things that are flowing for me right now are amazing. And yes, I'm having these hiccups and these challenges, but they're worth it. These growing pains are worth it because everything else that is starting to flow for me, and you can do it too. It's not that hard. Okay, I lied. It's really hard. I can't be a contradiction. But what I mean by it's not that hard to start is what I really would like to say. The start is actually simple. The starting is just acknowledging that you have the emotions to begin with. That's how we start. And even that, honestly, can be a little intense at first, but that's where we start. It's just by allowing ourselves to have the emotions and have that discomfort. Be like, okay, you're allowed to feel that. You are allowed. I spent probably 3 months with that mantra, chanting it in my head every time I went hiking when I was still living with my ex. Like, you are allowed to be angry. You are allowed to be sad. You are allowed to be tired. You're allowed to be burnt out, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It took me a long time to convince myself I was allowed. So that was my first step. I am starting a program. I am looking for beta testers to help people get out of survival mode. So I'm hoping to go live on Monday with it if we have enough people. We have like 4 or 5 now, but I could use another 5 or 6. So if anyone else is looking to leave survival mode or maybe learn how to recognize that they're in survival mode, send me a message or check out. I'm also on other platforms. You can check me out on YouTube or Instagram, or I have a Facebook page under One Rare Neuron, and I'll have links up there so you can check it out or send me a message. And yeah. Anyways, let's be kind to ourselves, but not shy away from the discomfort. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to keep on trucking. Bye, guys.